what are some of the things that an investor needs to be looking at when they're going to a suburb that they've never invested in or never had a rental in?
Well, let's start back here. We'll start the history of these. Like these haven't been around for more than maybe 25 years at this point. So these we'll start specifically on rental licenses. So rental licenses, they started putting these in place around the time the crime-free addendum that people will talk about that as well too. The crime-free program came in. And the crime-free program is something that was started in Arizona in the 1980s. And it was really putting landlords through a course and educating them on how to be a better landlord and giving the landlord more power to kick people out if they need to, if there's crime being committed in a certain rental or rental complex. Now, how that works here in Illinois, it's not worth the paper it's written on, but we still have to follow some of those crime-free rules and sign everything. But the rental license program started around here in some of the cities that were having issues with occupancy. Think about some of your out here, Joliet, Aurora, Elgin. You have these 120-year-old homes, and you had 6 families living in them.
Yeah.
So I know, Aurora and Joliet and Elgin were some of the first cities. Streamwood was another one that was an early adapter. And it was really to make sure that they had sight on it. And I don't remember exactly where it was at, but I know in the 90s, there was a couple big fires and a couple were in Chicago as well too, where it's like 9 people died and no smoke detectors. And those are crazy and they're so preventable, right? And that was where a lot of the rental license programs, the cities didn't want to be the ones that were hitting the news because so many people died in such a tragic situation. Early on, it was really, and I'll admit this self-admittedly, I remember people call me up for management, or maybe it was something I own. It's like, hey, I might tell somebody like, hey, there's a rental license program, but don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And if we get caught, we'll go figure out, we'll do all the paperwork. And it used to be easy to slide under the radar with some of these. I think about Streamwood specifically, like, a lot of these towns, they find out if you're renting out your place when the tenant goes to pay the water bill, and there wasn't a trigger for a sale. So it's like that's their red flag usually. So a lot of these towns used to be able to fly under the radar with like a condo where the HOA is already paying the water bill. We would do that all the time. But then it started, the HOAs started requesting, hey, if you're in the city, we want to see proof that you are registered with the city and you've passed and all that as well too. So it's gotten more and more complicated to fly under the radar.